Oh, we are back. Season 2, episode 12. Finally reunited. It is Christina K and Kevin Coveas. And Kevin, are we actually going to be reuniting in person soon?
I guess so. Yeah, I'm coming back. I am coming home. We're recording this on a Sunday. Yeah, I'm coming back. I guess it's the 23rd, Tuesday. Yeah, I'm flying home to New York. I'm gonna be there for a while. So it won't be, Kay and Kev on opposite coasts. It'll be Kay and Kev at home. Very exciting. Yes, I'll be back soon.
We haven't seen each other in person in 2 years, which is the longest we have gone ever without seeing each other. That is crazy.
Did I not come over in the mask and the whole hazmat suit to say hi to you at any point during the pandemic?
No, you didn't do that. You missed that opportunity, man.
What a garbage friend I am. I am the worst friend. Who wouldn't do that for their good friend?
I didn't see anybody, though, so it's not like it's just you, but you're kind of many states away, so it's a good excuse.
I think it's a pretty decent 3,000 miles. Yeah, it's my favorite excuse to use with friends from home in New York. Sorry, I'm far away. Yeah, what can I do?
But you're not going to be able to use that excuse. So
no.
I'm really looking forward to seeing you. We're going to have to see each other multiple times, and we're not just going to say that this time, Kevin. We're going to actually make it happen.
We're going to make it happen. We're going to be hanging out. It's going to be amazing. You've been up to a ton. We haven't talked in a minute. You've been up to a ton these past month plus. Yeah.
I'm exhausted. I'm actually still in my pajamas because I just haven't gotten ready for the day yet, because it's just,
as you should be, by the way.
It's been crazy.
As you should be. I feel stupid. I put jeans on for this. What the hell was I thinking? I could have been pantsless. I could have been in pajamas.
I did the Zoom thing. I didn't even do that when I was working from home, but I have a sweatshirt over my pajamas because you can't see. So this is the first time I pulled the Zoom card.
As you should. No, you got to do it. You got to do it.
But yeah, things have been crazy. I think we talked in between my 2 Disney trips, because I went on a Disney trip for a weekend, and then I went back for the 50th. And Kevin, that was the most mind-blowing trip I have ever taken to Disney, and I've taken over 100 trips to Disney. This one was very special for so many reasons.
I'm going to quiz you right out of the gate. What's the official opening date? 50 years. So what was the date?
October 1st, 1971.
That was.
Didn't even let you finish the question.
I couldn't even get the question out. Jesus. That's amazing. Was it everything you thought it would be and more? Is my question.
Parts of it. So it's weird, because on the internet there's a lot of people saying how disappointed they were in the 50th, the actual 50th day. Yeah. Now, it was a bucket list thing for me. My goal in life is to be at Walt Disney World for the 50th and Disneyland on the 100th. So check, we're halfway there. So just getting to be in the park on that day. Yeah. And I ran into so many people, which never really happens, but from the moment I was at the gate at MacArthur here, I ran into so many people that were on the same plane till I landed. It was a constant overflow of people I knew, or listeners, or my subscribers on YouTube.
Wow.
People I hadn't seen in years. It was insane. I was sitting at the gate at the airport, and someone texted me, are you flying to Disney right now? And it was 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, nobody's up, so they have to. And I'm looking around, I see people waving, and it's yep, okay.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Is there anybody in particular that you ran into, you're like, how, this is incredible? Or just someone that you saw that you were like, I had no idea you would even be here. This is amazing.
I knew some people were gonna be there. But yeah, there was a lot of people. What was special for me was running into listeners and my YouTube subscribers, because I talked to these people, but I never really met them. So it was special the first time I'm meeting some of them was in Disney. Now, I felt bad because my schedule was crazy. So some of them, it was just in passing. Some I got to talk to longer. But so the actual 50th in Magic Kingdom, they didn't really do a heck of a lot for. It was very heavily based on merchandise, and it was hard to get food. So that was kind of disappointing. But I was so lucky enough to go to a press party the night before.
Oh, damn.
And that's when they pulled out all the stops. Kevin, literally, you walk into the press party, and the first person I see is Joey Fatone, just chilling from NSYNC,
why wouldn't he be? Yeah.
He's a huge Disney fan. And then
that's
all these Disney bigwigs, getting to meet the CEO, Bob Iger, or the former CEO. In my head, he should still be the CEO. But Bob Iger is a hero of mine. So getting to hug him and thank him for all he's done was it was a moment.
You were chilling with Bob Iger. That's nuts.
Bob Iger. Yeah, I was in the same party as Bob Iger. That blew my mind.
Yeah.
And then Philip Lawrence, who's the guy you always see with Bruno Mars wearing the hat, like the guy he always calls his brother.
Okay.
He wrote like most of Bruno Mars' song. He's a Grammy winner. So he actually got to write the Fireworks song, the new one for the 50th.
Amazing.
So
oh my God.
It was cool to see him and like chill, and like, because I hadn't seen him in a while. It's been like, I was like 2 radio stations ago. So it was really cool to like nerd out about our love for Disney and like
incredible
see him again. And then the big one that I was like, Kevin is gonna die.
You haven't named the big one yet? Who's the big one?
Christina Aguilera.
No. Oh, the love of my life, Christina Aguilera. Oh my God.
It was. I had heard a rumor she was there because I had friends that worked for the company and they were like, she's at the Grand Floridian, and I was like, all right, chances of seeing her are slim. And then she performed. I never saw her live before, ever. And
you're
then
pulling out the big guns right now. The big guns.
Oh, yeah.
What?
I've been dying to tell you
Christina?
this. She performed in front of Cinderella's castle. So that's the first time I've ever seen her perform. And her voice, whoo.
Yeah.
Whew.
She's.
It was
needless to say, it's so dumb to say she still got it because she's still a young woman. When you start that young within the industry, when you're like, starting at friggin' 10 years old in the Mickey Mouse Club and a star by 18, she's crazy. Unbelievable. I'm obsessed.
Unbelievable. So that was really cool.
You watched her perform. I got it. Mm-hmm. Did you get to talk to Christina at any point?
Briefly, so briefly.
Of course, she's making the rounds and all.
And it was like hard too because you're at a press party, so you don't want to like fangirl over these people. But like for me, it was like I was more excited about some of like the Disney bigwigs than like the celebrities. But like it was hard to not get excited over certain people. Like Christina Aguilera, I was like, that's my childhood. That's someone like I admire. Like, it was surreal.
And for listeners, I think like the thing to understand is like you're a professional. You've been, I mean, obviously this event means more to you than most other events, if any other event. But you're a professional. You've been in these settings before. And for those who haven't, you have to act like you've been there, even if you haven't been there, to where you can't really fangirl. Like I said, like I'm asking, like as a diehard Christina fan and someone who's in love with her. Like, I want you to talk to her, but it's totally understandable that you'd only see her in passing or say a quick hello or whatnot.
Yeah, because people were
that's
like,
commonplace for these things. Yeah, you can't really fangirl.
People were like, did you take pictures with all these people? And like some of these people I've met before, so it wasn't like I needed to take a picture. And it's like, if I was just down there as a guest, maybe, but like being impressed, like there's a certain standard and it's kind of tacky. Now, one of my partners who works for Disney, she would like take little pictures of me talking to them. So you could see like my back talking to them.
Cool.
That to me is better than like posing for a picture. I don't know.
And that's fine. If you're slick about it, that's not even awkward. That's fine. Yeah.
So I actually did a video, like a recap video, and I'll link that in the comments below, in the description box below, like with the first time seeing the fireworks show and Bob Iger speaking in front of the castle and Christina performing and like a little bit of the press party, but it was incredible.
What a freaking day.
If I didn't get to go to that the night before, I would have been very disappointed on the 50th because it was just like, there was a lot wrong with it, which I also did a video recapping that too, but just getting to be there. Yeah, it's a little
underwhelming.
Yeah. And it's like part because of the pandemic, part because of our new CEO. So it's like a little, I don't know. I have a lot of mixed feelings on it. I'm just happy I got to be there and like see all these people. And like the trip itself was amazing. That was the longest I had been in Disney in a while. So it was really special.
How many people get invited to this thing? Like how many people are in this?
Not many.
Oh man.
So like they shut down Magic Kingdom because it happened in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
So they shut down Magic Kingdom and they were like really forceful, like getting people out of the park. And it was in like, they had like a dessert thing in Tomorrowland. And then in front of the castle, the first ever showing of this fireworks show, which I will never get a view like that again. Like I was right there. It was incredible. And getting to look around and see like Disney bigwigs around, celebrities, like my cast member friends, like it was very special. And it wasn't a lot of media. It was a very small media event because of the pandemic.
Sure.
So everyone was from Florida. And then there was me because I like, it's so funny because like
you're the VIP.
Everyone felt so bad that I couldn't like broadcast live from that week, but they were like, you can't miss the press party. And that that meant so much to me. Like, I can't put it into words.
I know we have other things to discuss. Last question I have on this. What kind of food was the mouse slinging out at this thing, at this press party? What are we talking? What's so much? You got to paint me a picture. What's the spread? What's the spread look like at the Disney 50th press party?
They have these tables everywhere, and like they had like specialty drinks for the 50th that were inspired by all the opening day attractions, and then they have all these desserts. I had this and I was trying not to have too much sugar because you know what that's like.
Of course.
It was like a bun cake with a Dole Whip on top and like fruit on top, and it was inspired by the Tiki Room. Amazing. And then they had like little boxes of like specialty 50th like macaroons, however you say it. And I took, because those were in a box, I took a bunch of those in my bag for my family. I was like, you guys have to try it for me. So it was cool, but it was like so overwhelming because I'd be like getting food and then it's like, oh my God, like I gotta talk to this person right over here. So it was like I couldn't really eat too much.
No, of course.
But like I was too excited to eat too. And let me just tell you, they have, when you walk into these press parties, they are known for having these like beverages that have like these like special glow cubes inside. So every time one of us goes at my job to a press party, we have to send a picture of it to the others because it's just so iconic at these press parties, these drinks. And as soon as you walk in, they have trays and they're like, this is the non-alcoholic, this is the alcoholic.
Give me the alcoholic, please.
What it's inspired by, and it's Oh, I was like, I'm gonna need this.
Let's go. Yes,
it's just so cool. And I was taking my drink off the tray when Josh D'Amaro, who is the president of Disney Parks, who I adore, he was taking his too, and I was like, cheers. I'm like, this is awesome.
This is pretty great. Wow. See,
not a bad night for CK. Not a bad
night. My God, you're just mingling with the Disney royalty.
Yeah.
That's incredible. What a night. What a time. I'm sorry that the rest of it was a bit underwhelming. That's unfortunate. But
it was. I was just happy to be there. It was just like there's a lot of complaints I have about the day, but there's a lot of things that I was excited about the day too. So and it's an 18-month celebration, so I'm gonna have more chances to check out the 50th fun, which I'm going in like 2 weeks too. So
now
because I got problems.
Well, you know what? You got an addiction, but you know there are significantly worse addictions to have in this life than a Disney addiction. When is 100 years for Disneyland? Now, when will that be?
That would be 2055.
Okay, so we got a little time.
So a little bit of time. I might be in a wheelchair for it, but you
got time to prep. You will not be in a wheelchair for that. You're gonna be walking around. You're gonna be moonwalking through that place. Yeah, no, you're good. Amazing.
My sister and I, that's like my sister and I's thing. Like we were at the 50th and now we want to be at the 100th. So
absolutely. I love it.
We got some time for that.
These are great goals.
So then I came home and I had like 2 days and then I went into the city for Comic-Con, which I hadn't been to Comic-Con in 2 years. And that was disappointing, Comic-Con, because it was all like, there wasn't a lot of media opportunities. It was only 35% occupancy that was open. It was nice to actually be able to see the floor of the show floor because you can't move on that show floor. So that was nice. I only had 2 interviews. One was David Harbour from Stranger Things and Black Widow.
Amazing.
What a great guy. Oh my gosh.
It's really nice to hear because he's such a great talent. Really versatile. He plays a great slime ball and he plays a great and then on Stranger Things he plays the unbelievable lovable character that he plays. What's his name on Stranger Things? Oh my God.
Hopper?
Thank you. Hopper.
Right? Yeah.
Who's like couldn't be more likable. So his range is incredible. It's so nice to hear when the actor or the actress is as nice, as you hope they would be. Yeah.
And genuine, which is so rare. But that was cool, especially because I saw Black Widow in theaters and I was like about it, and then on the way into the city on the train I watched it again and I was like, why do I really like this film now? And then I met him and then I watched it again and I was like, all right, it's now
you love it. Every time you watch the movie, it just gets better and better.
Did you see it?
No, I have not seen it. No, I've never. I like ScarJo. I've never been a big fan of
about her.
I know that character to me in particular, and I understand that it kind of veers off too. But that character to me was never super compelling. I don't know.
Yeah, and I feel the same way.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
honestly, she was not the star of the film in my eyes. It was David Harbour's character and Florence Pugh's character.
Oh,
phenomenal.
who's like the breakout star of the movie? Yeah, people.
Oh my god.
People said like, "Oh, good movie," but Florence Pugh, like they were raving after it was done. Yeah,
she was amazing. Scarlett Johansson to me like was forgettable in it. I don't know. But yeah, those two were incredible.
Nice. That's amazing.
So it was cool to see.
Yeah.
It was cool to see him, but yeah, there wasn't a lot going on at Comic-Con.
Well, and I was curious to know like what a post-COVID Comic-Con looks like, because when you think back to like the Comic-Cons of the past, and I know out here in San Diego, and I know over there in New York, huge events, huge occupancy. You got people coming in and out all the time, and it's like,
my God,
you can't really. So, I know we're getting back to normal, but we can't really do that now. Yeah. I don't know.
It wasn't normal though. It wasn't normal. And in this city, everything is super strict still. Yeah. So it was 30% occupancy. You had less people. You didn't have as many people dressing up either, which is part of the charm of Comic-Con, seeing all these costumes. It was basically just the show floor, which the show floor is like all this like merchandise. So it was basically like a big shopping event. There wasn't any like, in 2019 was the best Comic-Con I can remember. And they had like this big office thing with like all these picture opportunities, and they had like celebrities walking around, and they had Marvel stuff set up. Marvel barely had a presence. Star Wars barely had a presence at this con. Like the year before that, 2019, they had the El Camino, the Breaking Bad set there. They had like a bunch of stuff that you could just like walk through and experience. They didn't have anything like that. They had panels, which you have to wait so long in advance to go to a panel. So unless you're press, you ain't going to a panel.
No.
The artist alley, which is awesome, but again, that's stuff to buy. And then the show floor, which again, stuff to buy. And
in the case of like the Marvels, Disney's, I mean, that has to be financially motivated, right? To know that you're not gonna profit off it the way you would in normal years, given all that we've been through. I mean, because it's bizarre that they wouldn't have any presence is like kind of strange to me. Maybe a smaller one, but it's interesting. Yeah.
I think it's because like while we're speaking right now, while we're filming this, they have the D23 convention going on in in Orlando, which is basically a Comic-Con that's all Disney. They're like, my phone is literally blowing up right now with like all announcements. Like I just had, and I guarantee it's about the Guardians. Yeah, the Guardians attraction. They just announced that's opening summer of 2022. So like it's all these kind of announcements that are happening. Something like that I would love to go to one day. I would go out to the one and I'm thinking about it in California next fall. I think it's like August or September, something like that. I would love to be at one of those, especially if I have a press pass, because that would be nice.
Well, let me get to work on that. I'm kidding. I don't have any power. I need you to provide me press passes. What the hell am I doing?
My gosh.
No, I love it. That's really exciting. Yeah, it sounds like it was still a fun time, and I mean to get to meet an actor the caliber of David Harbour, and I'm sure there were other cool things going on. Just not at the level, obviously when you experience something like 2019, didn't you meet
2019 was Paul Rudd.
Was that the year Hiddleston? Yeah, I mean, you're not really
all the Disney princesses. Yeah, I'm never gonna top that.
You're not gonna top that, and it's kind of like, it's all downhill from here, right? Yeah.
I was supposed to see Sebastian Stan this time, but that got canceled because of COVID and his filming schedule.
He's a great actor. He's a great actor.
I would have loved it. That would have been a highlight for me, but maybe next year,
Have you seen, I'm veering off topic. Have you seen the trailer for the new Pamela Anderson, Tommy Lee thing?
Yes.
I can't wait.
They both nailed it. Oh my gosh.
Listen, I mean, I'm not even particularly interested in the subject matter. Like, I'm kind of interested. Yeah. I'm not like, oh my God, because it was, I'd say slightly before our time where we're
95, like, I think.
Yeah, where we were a little young when all that was going down.
We were 6.
But I loved I, Tonya so much. I thought I, Tonya was a great movie. Same creator. You watch the trailer visually. It's everything's popping. It's the same deal, but like in such an effective way. I was like, this is a great trailer. I'm like, I want to watch this tomorrow. I can't wait for it. And Sebastian Stan and Lily James. gorgeous, super talented, and she completely transforms into this role. Like,
oh my God, and she nailed the voice too. I was like really impressed by that. Yeah.
You got Rogan and Nick Offerman, who looks amazing in it.
My God, yeah.
Nick Offerman's amazing in everything he does. He doesn't miss. He's amazing. So I'm very, as an aside, I'm very excited for that. Yes,
I am too. And it's funny because all these, I feel like we're in trailer overdrive lately, and a lot of them to me have been disappointing.
Yeah.
That one stood out.
Yes.
The Spider-Man No Way Home trailer that went out this week, it looks intense.
Yes. Yeah. I just watched it once. I gotta go back and watch it again. People were going kind of up in arms over the fact that because they've been talking nonstop about Toby. And,
Andrew Garfield. Yeah. Andrew Garfield. Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna be in it, right?
They are. They're just not gonna. You know what? I think after they dropped the Harry Styles bomb ahead of time and told you like he's gonna be in the Eternals, that was disappointing. Like I would have loved that to be a surprise.
Yeah.
But they dropped a couple of that with Shang-Chi too. Like you're like that character's in it, that character's in it. That would have been a good reveal. So I think they kind of learned their lesson from that.
We're in such an information, absolutely. We're in such an information overdrive kind of like time that everyone just wants to know now. I want to know, are they in it? It's like,
I know.
Just wait. Will it not be more satisfying when you go to the theater and see them in it for the first time?
So.
That would probably be more exciting, but people were just up in arms about it. But it does look very intense. I agree with you, that Spider-Man, yeah.
I think you're going to be home around the time that comes out, aren't you?
Are you serious? You know release dates more. I thought it was early next year. Oh, I didn't even know.
No, it's in December.
Yeah, let's go. Wait, when in December?
December, technically it's December 17th, but December 16th is when you could start seeing it that night, which is what we always do. Because we have that movie theater in our parking lot. So we just like walk across the street, go to the first showing, and it's amazing. I'm putting you on the list.
We gotta go. Put me on the list.
Because we literally, that's what we're doing this weekend is like because so many of my coworkers are obsessed with Marvel, and we do like group outings. So we're trying to come up with the guest list.
I'm coming through with the walk crew. Put me as somebody's plus one. If you've already got a plus one, put me as somebody else.
You're mine. It's you. You're mine.
Awesome.
It's all
awesome.
good.
I love it.
Exciting.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited for that too. It's a good episode. When we break this down afterward, we're gonna be like, that was a really good episode. Yeah, that was really good. Let's
hope it's not all downhill from here.
We did good work on that. I see, and now I'm getting cocky, and now I'm gonna be terrible for the next couple of minutes. It's gonna go all downhill. Yeah.
No. So after Comic-Con, it was like a couple of days later was then Michael Buble. He was at the Coliseum, and he's one of the greats to see live. I don't know when the last time you saw something at the Coliseum is, Kev, but like the sound quality there is just terrible.
It's been a long time. One of the last times I was there was 15 years ago when they threatened to kick me out of the American Idol concert because I was causing a fire hazard.
You were causing a fire? No.
I've told you this story. Yeah. The Nassau Coliseum security threatened to kick me out because my friends were performing on stage. There's sad old number 11 up in the stands.
Right, it's only the top 10, right?
Watching 1 through 10 on the stage. And a little, like, some young girl comes up for an autograph. I give her the autograph, of course, and then more people, and they just see, Kevin's here.
Yeah.
This is at the height of the freaking phenomenon. It's just after the season. It was nuts. I felt the coolest I've ever felt in my life was at Nassau Coliseum. Right? And I was like, ooh, I'm so cool. Everyone wants my autograph. And then, but
that's what happens with you though, because
not anymore, or less so now. Yeah.
Let's talk about like 7 years ago or however long it was. We were at an Applebee's and one kid came over, and then it was a trickle effect. All these kids, these people who were like, there was that one guy.
Very
I don't know if he knew who you were, but he's like, I gotta get a picture with this guy just because I don't know. Like everyone's coming up to him, so like I have to go up to him.
I'm gonna get a picture with this guy in case he blows up after the fact. I didn't blow up, but it's okay.
Not yet.
Not yet, but it's okay. No, listen, that day, that did happen. That was a nice day at Applebee's. That was really sweet. And that was at the height of the Good Luck Charlie stuff. But it was the weirdest thing where, and then a line forms and I'm like, I'm signing. I'm happy to sign for everyone. I'm a little tired. I just want to chill, but I'm so grateful that all these people want a picture, an autograph or whatever. So I'm giving them. And then the security guy comes over to me and he's like, if you don't stop signing and taking pictures, we're gonna have to ask you to leave the building. And I was like,
that's so weird.
I was like, and the whole thing was like, we let them know in advance that I was going to be there, just because, not because I thought I was cool or anything, but because I knew that there might be people coming up. We called the Coliseum and they did nothing about it. And then they threatened me when I get there, and I was like, all right, this is my home.
How is it? How is it your fault?
It was a bummer.
Like, it's not like you set up a table and be like, oh, if you want pictures or autographs,
it wasn't.
Like, it wasn't everyone else who's like circling around you. It's their fault, not yours.
They could have made a decision to handle it accordingly and have like a security, someone on standby or whatever. They didn't do anything. So I was like, all right, well, so I had to stop signing, and then people would come up to me and I'm like, no, they told me I can't. The people in the building told me I can't. And I was like, I sound like such a moron right now. But but listen, I love Nassau Coliseum. I grew up, growing up in Levittown, 10 minutes from there. And like, that's home. That's like the epitome of home. We would go to hockey games as a kid there, see Islanders games, and like had some amazing experiences there. The venue was never overly impressive, if we're being honest. I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but they didn't do a great job of the upkeep. I think it's crazy that they lost the Islanders at all, is like crazy to me. I know there's a lot of legalities and financial stuff that goes into it. So you're saying that was the audio terrible there, or just like the acoustics rather, the sound?
Yeah, he still sounds amazing because he's Michael Buble.
He could be
singing. He could be singing in a wind tunnel and he'll sound amazing. But it just wasn't the quality that I'm used to seeing from a show. So that was kind of, especially like after going to a brand new venue to see the Foo Fighters where the sound was, impeccable. And then seeing Michael Buble, and it's like the horns, I can't hear that. That's weird. So but he was still amazing.
He kills it.
He's so funny. I forgot how funny he is and how nice he is. And I got to take my mom, so she was like in her glory.
What was the crowd going nuts? Was it just
it was an empty crowd because this was like the fourth time he moved the show, so a lot of people I guess couldn't go anymore. I don't know. But and that was cool too, because so many of our listeners, we gave away tickets, and so many of our listeners were there, so I got to see them. So that was always so nice. But that was my first Long Island concert back, I guess.
Love that Buble.
Oh, love him. And now I'm just so excited because now we switched to holiday music, so I get to play him and like Josh Groban every hour, and my heart is so happy.
You're on Buble and Josh Groban overload. Yes.
Oh, I love it. That's like one of the reasons why I love this time of year, because I get to play Buble, Groban, Adina, like all my favorites that I don't get to play throughout the year. So it feels so good.
All the holiday classics. No Mariah. I'm sure you're not playing any Mariah, though.
No, I only play her every 60 minutes, literally every 60 minutes. That's it. That's what it's like in rotation for, because it's so heavily requested still, that song, that it will play every hour.
I love all the stuff online about how this is Mariah's favorite time of year and she's making $8 bajillion. I just love all the funny articles about it because it's true. This is her.
Well, this year she is.
This is Mariah's season. She's not.
Yeah, she is. No, because she's coming out with like a decor and clothing line for Target and Walmart. She's got this thing with McDonald's she's doing. So she's doing very good this holiday season.
Oh my God. Who loves the holidays more than Mariah Carey? Nobody I can think of. I mean, I love the holidays. I think you do too.
Rob Thomas loves the holiday season. So he actually kicked off the holiday music with me this year. And the last time I saw Rob was 2019, and it was like April. So it was like a time of year where you can't talk about Christmas. So the fact that all we got to do was talk about Christmas last week was like, it was amazing.
I gotta meet that guy. I gotta meet that guy at some point.
You guys would get along very well. We might be doing something with him soon, but
what a talented and
he is, and such a nice guy.
Humble man. Yeah.
I felt so bad because when we kicked off the holiday music, we thought I might have COVID. I got very sick and I was waiting for my COVID test results. Turns out it was the flu, thank God.
Thank God.
But I was home. I had 101 fever and I had to Zoom with Rob Thomas. And like, I'm working from home. My internet is terrible up here sometimes in my apartment.
Yeah.
So I was like, I felt so out of it for the interview to begin with. Like, I got on Zoom. He's so happy. He's so perky. I'm like barely keeping it together. And then halfway through, my internet cuts out and I lose him. And I'm like walking around my apartment on my MacBook trying to find, and like, he's like, there. I literally just sat in the middle of my living room with my laptop to finish the interview.
It sounds like a bad dream. It's like, oh my God. Yeah.
I was like in tears because I was like, I had a fever. I had a stupid cough. It was just like not, but edited it so you would never know any of that happened.
You know where you're having like a nightmare and something goes awry and you can't fix it, so you just like have to wake up and you're like, I can't get out of this. I like woke myself up because I was having like some sort of bad dream last night. That's what this sounds like. It sounds like,
yeah, it was.
So you know, it sounds like a really funny dream. I'm zooming with Rob Thomas and then I lose the connection and then he's like, where are you? And then I'm like, I don't know. Oh my God.
And like as I'm walking
like
around, I can hear him saying like, did I do something wrong? Does she not like want to be friends with me now?
Wow. Rob Thomas
Thank God it's someone I know, and it wasn't like the first. Could you imagine if it was like Chris Evans or something? Like my heart.
Yes. Rob Thomas is like, okay, I see how it is. I'm not an interesting enough interview for Christina K. Jeez, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was cool to talk to him about all things Christmas, and he does it big for like he has like a holiday movie like watching schedule, like depending on how Christmassy the movie is that what week throughout the holiday season he's allowed to watch it. It's so funny. Like they go big in that household.
That's awesome. That's really sweet. Now, connection issues aside, I can't think of a much better person to Zoom with from home than Rob Thomas. That just sounds like a blast. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was cool because we were supposed to do something with him for the holidays and then it fell through with COVID. So I was like, well, at least kick off the holiday music with me, man. And he was like, I would be honored. And he's got the new holiday album out, so it just was perfect. Yeah. And then I love it. My goal for next year, Kevin.
What's that?
Because the Backstreet Boys have a holiday album coming out in 2022. So I think they should be the guys to kick off the holiday season with me next year. And then I could never top it after that.
They announced a year in advance that they have a holiday album coming out?
It was supposed to be this year, but because of COVID, it got pushed back.
I was like, they're really keeping the fans on the edge of their seats. Like, we're going to drop a holiday album, but not for another year. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, it was supposed to be this year. I was supposed to be in Vegas this weekend for the Backstreet Boys. They were doing that holiday residency, but because of COVID and everything, which is, you know what? It worked out for the best because
wait, you were supposed to be. I was going to come see you. What the hell?
Yeah. No, I found out in like September, I think it was. I think I was in Disney when I found out that it got canceled.
Well, thanks for letting me know, Christina. I was in Vegas waiting for you.
Next year we're doing Vegas.
I was there.
Vegas next year, Kev.
Okay, next year. You're like, I don't even care about your stupid joke. We're doing it next year. Stop talking about it. No, because it was
supposed to be right now, so the joke kind of fell through.
Oh, the joke did fall through. Wait, it was supposed to be. I thought it was. Oh, never mind. I'm out of it. Yeah. Jeez. Okay. See, so I told you this was going to happen. That the podcast was the episode was going to downhill, sliding stock there. Jesus. Okay.
Do you know who I get to hang out with though when you're home? Who I get to interview?
Why is my light
off? This is total opposite of anybody I've ever interviewed. Like not a musician, not an actor.
Who are you interviewing?
So I had a really good relationship with
Oprah Winfrey.
No, that would have been cool.
Okay, never mind.
Really cool.
I took a shot. Yeah.
No, it's not like an actor or a singer or anything like that.
Oh, she is an actress. Yeah.
So I have a really good partnership with the Gateway in Bellport, and they're doing this holiday spectacular on ice. And Nancy Kerrigan, the Olympic winning Nancy Kerrigan.
Oh, yes.
Is hosting it. And I get to actually ice skate with her and do like an interview, which is like,
I love
my
her.
sister is so jealous. All I can think about is the Boy Meets World episodes.
I love her. And you know that I met her.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. I met Nancy back in the day. Nassau Coliseum. We're coming full circle with this episode. They had a 9/11 tribute show with singers and skaters at the Coliseum, and I got to meet her, and I got to we did some sort of interview, and she was the sweetest. She hosted. She was like there the whole time, and she's just the sweetest. It was her. I was there. Jordan Knight from
New Kids.
New Kids was there, and Jordan was super cool too. I was like, oh, it's Jordan Knight. I was like, it made me think of that single he dropped like 20 years ago. Remember that one? Do you remember? Come on.
I can think of the one with him and Nick Carter. Why can't I think of?
No. He had a big bop like 20 years ago. It's like, just let me know and I'll give it to you. Can't deny, do it right. You remember this song? That was terrible, but It was like,
I'm looking this up.
Oh my God.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
You will, if you hear it, you will know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So
I'm
obviously biggest success with New Kids, but
give it to you. 1999. Give it to
99, just like the TRL, like he was all over that. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Back in the day, young Kevin was jamming out to that. I remember that song because I didn't know who New Kids was really at the time as a young kid.
They were before us, yeah.
Because they were before our time. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he was there. Got to bring it back on. Get this train back on track here. Nancy Kerrigan, what a delight! What a just very classy, sweet woman. And yeah, that was 15. We did that after. I think it was either late 06 or around September or the holidays of 07 that we did that show. And it was an honor to meet her. I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And she couldn't have been more gracious and awesome. So yeah.
Well, maybe if you have free time when I'm doing the interview, you can come and hang out with her again.
She'd be like, who the hell is this? I don't even remember.
No, that would be something cute to like bring up. Like, oh, actually, we did a show together before.
Nancy, remember me? I looked the same, except my hair was there and now it's here. But otherwise, I think I look a little fatter, but otherwise I look the same. Yeah. So,
my boss, Patrick, found a picture of you right after you did Idol. You came to the studios where we are now.
Yeah.
And he hasn't shown it to me yet. I'm like, you can't tell me you got a baby Kevin picture and not show it to me. Oh my God.
The baby Kevin pictures are awesome. It's like looking at a baby turtle or something. I'm like, ee! And everyone, I just look like a freaking turtle.
Do you know one of my coworkers, not the sharpest tool in the shed coworkers, her son has been watching Disney Plus a lot, and she knew that you were on Disney Channel. So she's like, oh, I think he's incredible with Raven. And I was like, oh, I was like, State of Georgia's on Disney Plus. And she's like, no, the Raven's Home show. I was like, Raven's Home? No. There's apparently a little kid who looks just like you on Raven's Home. So she thought it was you. She's like, he's so good with Raven. And I was like, State of Georgia's on
like,
Disney Plus?
How did this woman know that I've auditioned for Raven's Home multiple times and not gotten the part? Is she digging? Is like a little dig at me? How dare she?
I didn't know that. I didn't know you had auditioned.
Oh yeah, I've auditioned a couple of times, and I was like, oh man, I hope this. I worked with Raven back in the day, and then my buddy Jason Rogel, who did that other Raven show that nobody remembers, State of Georgia. He got on. He did like 5 episodes of Raven's Home with Raven. So yeah.
Oh really?
So they got reunited on that show. Yeah. My buddy Jason. But yeah. That's funny. That's really funny. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
She said that and I was so confused. But I had to go see what this kid looks like now because I don't think I've watched that show.
I've never seen it. I mean, I'm embarrassed to say because I love Jason and should support him, but I've never seen an episode of Raven's Home. I got to watch it.
I haven't either. I loved That's So Raven, but I feel like I'm older to watch Raven.
Or I'll ask my mom. Sometimes my mom randomly still watches Disney Channel. I'm like, all right.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, by herself, no kids in the house, empty nest, Just watching. She likes it still, so she tunes into Raven's Home every now and again.
My mom's the total opposite. The only thing she ever watches now is The Office. I created a monster.
Wow, she's
obsessed.
Yeah,
obsessed.
Yeah. Well,
she found out that you did a movie with Creed, and she's like, "Oh my God, when's Kevin coming home? I have so many questions." I'm like, "You could just watch the episode of K and Kev where we talk about it."
I know. We do. We've covered the topic multiple times, I'm sure, over these past 4 some odd years. Yeah,
we really have. I feel like I have so much more to talk about, but I don't want to keep rambling. There's been so much.
No, this is amazing. To be continued. Then we're going to do another one of these soon because I'm coming home and we gotta get back in the mix. We got to give the people what they want. We got to get back in the mix and do more of these episodes. I love it. I love it every time we do this.
Yeah, I do too. And just doing it in person is going to feel so good. And I can't wait for you to come to the studio because we pimped it out this year. We made it a gingerbread house this year. I don't know if you saw the pictures.
There's nothing I love more than a pimped out studio. I did see the pictures. Yes.
It was a very hard process. I had thought about that idea last year at this time. I was very depressed, working from home, couldn't be there for the holidays.
Understandable.
And I was like, when I go back, I want to do something big. And I was like, I'm going to turn it into a gingerbread house. And I brought the idea up a couple of months ago and they were like, Christina, that's absurd. How are we going to do that? I was like, no, we can do that. And they are watching me put this brown paper on the wall and they're like, this looks terrible. What are you doing? I'm like, guys, just wait. And then slowly they all started bringing their ideas to the table. And our engineer, our engineer was like, you know what? I can construct a roof for this. We can actually make this a thing. So it was a great group effort, and I'm so proud of how
everybody went from skeptical to like involved.
Yeah,
they're like, okay,
basically.
yeah, no, here's my blueprint of what we can do here.
Yeah, it was
awesome.
so funny though, because it's right in our lobby, so having like listeners come in watching what you're doing, they're like, what's going on? Like just putting brown paper on the walls. They were like, what are you guys doing? It's like, you'll stay tuned.
The listeners are like, am I early? Why am I here looking at this? Shouldn't it be done already? This is weird.
It took a week. Because I would do it like in between my breaks on the air. Like as the Christmas songs playing, I would run back and forth to the studio. I hit 10,000 steps every day this week so early because I was just constantly running back and forth.
Killing it with the steps. I love it.
Needed to do that because last week I was in bed all week. So it was nice to.
I'm just happy. Let me just say, I'm so happy you're feeling better. That's amazing.
Thank you. That was so sick. Kevin and I were supposed to record, and literally I got sent home because they thought, because there was a COVID outbreak at my job, and they literally sent me to go get tested. And I was like, Kevin, we can't
remember.
Record.
I know. Remember when being sick was just like, all right, I'm sick and I gotta get better, and then I'll get better. And now it's like, anytime you have something like this, there's that fear in the back of your mind that it's something greater, and you can't take it lightly, and you got to take care of yourself. Yeah. Especially,
we had a big Halloween party at my job, and we were all outside without masks. And I found out like 2 days later, one of the guys who's unvaccinated has COVID.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I feel fine though. And then it was like a couple of days later, I was like, I got a weird scratch in my throat, but I'm probably just tired.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh no. Like, when you start to feel yourself getting sick and you're like, this is different.
Something's coming. Sure. Yeah.
And then like, as I was doing my show, I developed a fever, and it was like, go get tested. And like it came back negative, but they were like, because you're type 1 diabetic, we definitely have to do the PCR test. And then I had to wait 5 days for the results. And that was the most nerve-wracking 5 days ever.
It's excruciating, waiting on that. Yeah.
Yeah. But now I found out, like, for my job, like I can actually get like the results quicker. And I'm like, you guys tell me this after the fact? Come on.
You might have told me this before I
know.
Agonized for 5 days over it. Yeah.
It was so scary, like being really sick in bed, and you're like, did I get it? But I'm thank God going to get the booster tomorrow. So hopefully like I'll be good.
I love it.
Did you get the booster yet, Kev?
No. I'm gonna have to with my health guys. I'm gonna have to do that. My health guys. Who says that? With my health care provider. Health guys? What the hell was that? Clearly, I'm gonna talk to my health guys. What am I talking about? So with my health care provider, I'm gonna have to coordinate to do that when I get back when I get back to LA in January. So you can't be too careful though. You gotta take care of that. For all those that are vaccinated, look into the boosters for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get into the questions, because
okay.
We did our food drive, our broadcast this week, and I met so many amazing listeners. If you guys are watching, it was a pleasure to meet you all. And there was a lot of love for K and Kev, which made me very excited.
I like it.
And Michelle from Shirley, who Kevin, I hope you have a chance to meet. She is just like, she's like our cheerleader. She was so nice.
Hello, Michelle from Shirley. Hi.
She was amazing. Hi, Michelle. Thank you again. She donated a cart full of food. We love her so much.
That's beautiful. That's amazing.
Her question was, keeping the trend with Thanksgiving, what is your favorite Thanksgiving food? And what would be the one thing that you'd want to add to the Thanksgiving table that would make the meal like even better for you? It could be a side dish, a main dish. I feel like there's so many good answers with that.
Yeah.
So let's start with what's our favorite Thanksgiving food. That's like already like a
You want me to take this? I'll take this.
Sure.
Okay, I can't. I'm obsessed with turkey. I know turkey's very controversial because people are like, some people are like, I just don't like it at all. It's the one time a year, and I don't even like it that much. I friggin' love turkey so much.
Okay.
But just in the interest of being like a little more creative with the answer, I'll go like sweet potatoes. Like turkey with like a sweet potatoes. Like if it's like a mashed sweet potatoes, oh my God, I love them. I love them so much. Like that's traditional. That's the stuff I love. So turkey with that, like that's.
Wow,
killer for me.
It's so funny because I wasn't expecting someone to say turkey, because that's like usually the bottom of people's list. But I love to hear that.
I mean, but it's got to be like just like slathered in the gravy. Like it can't, no dry turkey. You can't go dry turkey, because then you're like, no, you can't do that. You gotta have that. It's gotta be gravy and potatoes and turkey, and that's like, oh my God, I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. Yeah.
Coming soon. For me, it's like it's a tie between mashed potatoes and stuffing. My dad makes phenomenal mashed potatoes, and
Stuffing's
I can't
amazing,
have milk, so he makes it without it, and it's like, oh, it's so good.
Okay,
And stuffing, like you
That's
get
the
both
one.
of those in one bite. Ooh,
I love it.
so good.
Stuffing is a great answer. Stuffing's a great answer. Okay, so now we got to do an add-on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what would yours be? You're gonna kick this one off first.
It's funny. She asked me what I would add on, and I was trying to think of something like bizarre, but then I was like, no, I wanted to like work with Thanksgiving dinner. And actually, I was thinking about it on my way home, and I looked up a recipe, and I think I'm gonna make it. Bacon wrapped Brussels sprouts.
Oh my god, that sounds
with
so good.
Like you could put mushrooms in it, so it's like a dish. So instead of doing like the green bean casserole, I'm gonna try a Christina casserole this year, and still put maybe like the French onion things on top. I don't know, but yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna make like a bacon Brussels mushroom thing. Like my mouth's watering thinking about that now. Like I think that's what I'm gonna do.
I love that answer so much. Anything wrapped in bacon is the biggest of victories. For me, I've thought about, so like my last couple of Thanksgivings have been back at home with the family, as will this upcoming one, which I'm so excited for. But for a lot of years, I was doing Thanksgivings with, it's tough to get back some years, doing Thanksgivings with friends out here. And I remember one year we went the non-traditional route and just had a bunch of different types of foods and stuff. And they had these like little personal pizzas. It's like completely different. It wasn't a traditional Thanksgiving feast.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, what if you just did both? What if you had the turkey, but then you made like a little pizza? Like I just
Can
love
you
food
put the
so
turkey
much.
on the pizza?
I mean, I would, because I'm just gluttonous and would do that. But for me, just like I will mix and match. I know this is something that my family does around Christmas time, Christmas Eve. We'll just make up a bunch of like everyone's favorite dish. So let's just throw it in the oven, make something. We'll have some, we'll just like a whole random type of deal. So I think if I did that for Thanksgiving and did like a little personal side pizza, I would do that. I would do that. Yeah, I would, because I'm not afraid to just mix and match. But it's very like indulgent. It's like pizza for Thanksgiving. Like just go off the reservation, do something crazy, Hear
me out here. If you did like, I don't know if you guys do appetizers like in the afternoon on Thanksgiving. Like we don't really do like lunch on Thanksgiving. We just have a bunch of stuff out.
Yeah,
if you did like little personal pizzas and then each one could have like different toppings. So like you could put like maybe some turkey on there if you want. Like you could put whatever.
This works way better than my plan of having it with the turkey. I agree. Yes, I like your plan.
Well, yeah, because you don't want the pizza to take away the flavor of the other things.
No, I do.
You still want to celebrate the pizza. So if you had just like a little personal pizza for your like lunch that day, or like appetizer, that could be awesome.
Christina, I love that idea. You haven't met me. I do want it to take away. I want to do everything together. You've met me. You haven't done a big feast with me. I will just eat everything. I'm like the king at the end of the table with like the turkey leg or whatever, just like, oh yeah, that's me.
That's so funny.
I want it all. I love to eat. There's nothing I love doing more than eating. Oh my God.
I actually thought about you because I think it was the last time we actually saw each other.
Mm-hmm.
We went to this like random little diner in Farmingdale. Remember we went to that diner after we saw Knives Out?
Yes. And
I have not, even though I work in Farmingdale, I haven't been down that road since. So I passed it last night, 2 nights ago, and I was like, oh my God, Kevin, and we ate good there. I don't remember what we had, but we ate good there. You
had fond memories of me shoveling food into my mouth like the gluttonous pig that I am. Yes, well, that's what I did.
No.
And that's what I will do. You're like, oh, that was so sweet, and then you think about it, you're like, oh, that was gross watching that. Yeah, I wish
No. I've seen you eat a turkey leg in Disney. After I see that, nothing can surprise me.
I did. And you saw me nap.
Nothing will surprise me.
Saw me nap in Disney.
I got pictures of that. Yeah.
You're like, all right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, good times. I love it. Great question. Love it. Yeah.
Yes. And thank you, Michelle. Thank you for the question and for the love. We really do appreciate that.
We did a extended episode of K&K.
We sure did.
This was amazing. But it was necessary after so much time off.
It was. Yeah. We didn't do anything, I don't think, for October. So it was long overdue. We'll have lots more to talk about on the next episode. Hopefully we'll be doing it in person. If you guys have a question for us, leave that in the comments below because we would love to answer that. And maybe we'll even see you guys at some point too.
Be awesome.
You never know. Right. It's the holiday season. Anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
It is. Good episode, Kevin. Good episode.
You know what? I think it was a little bit of this for me. You know, it was a little up and down, but you know, we got the ship, you know, steering it back in the right direction. We're good.
We're in the port now. So thank you guys so much. Yeah. Thank you for hanging out with us, and a very happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Bye, guys.
And Kevin, I'll see you soon.
All right. See you soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.